Hey guys, Black Shark Cafe here, and recently I got the chance to ride Pantheon, and it truly was amazing. So in this video, I'll tell you my thoughts on it and everything you need to know. But with that out of the way, let's get into it. First of all, Pantheon has a height of 178 feet, and that is actually on the spike, not the top end. It has a top speed of 73 miles per hour, a track length of 3,328 feet, 2 inversions, and is made by Intamin. So it has some good stats. The entrance for this ride is really cool, and there's some awesome signs for it, and a small area for it. Something which I found interesting is how they don't let people in Pantheon's area whenever it's broken down, which is a lot. I got 2 rides on Pantheon, and that's because it was broken down for most of the first day when I was there, and for all of the second day. So be prepared when you go to Busch Gardens for Pantheon to break down. While this ride does have some nice signs, there is no theming once you enter the queue, other than a few small plaques, which honestly are pretty cool, but they're not going to keep you busy like a Disney or Universal queue. And you can't even really watch the ride that much in the queue, because the walls are so tall. So unfortunately, the queue is pretty boring in an hour wait. Now, normally I would not really care about a queue not being themed, but the thing is, Pantheon is in Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, which may not have the most themed queues, but they do tend to have nice views of the coasters or very nice views of nature. But Pantheon is none of that. Once you enter the station, you get to pick your row, which is a great thing about Busch Gardens. I personally would recommend the back. I only got to ride in the middle and the back, but the back row is so good that I can tell is better than the front. Pantheon is one of my favorite restraints. It's the same restraint as Velocicoaster and all the newer Intamins. Something interesting about the seat for Pantheon is how they were lower than Velocicoaster seats. And because of that, your feet touch the ground. Personally, I prefer how on Velocicoaster seats you don't touch the ground, but it's okay. Real quick, I do want to mention, I will be mentioning Velocicoaster a lot in this video, because these rides are very similar. Once you leave the station, you take a small dip into the first launch. This launch unfortunately does not pull the slightest bit of force, but that's okay because it's still fun, and that's the main thing I look for in coasters. Then you head into a 0G winder. This inversion is great. I love 0G rolls, and this one is one of my favorites because you get some good hang time while also getting some whip. Then you head to a couple of outer banks, which give great pops of sideways eject airtime, and they give a weird sensation too. Then you head into another airtime hill, giving another great pop of an airtime before you head to my personal favorite moment on the ride, the rollback. This element is just so much fun and gives great weightlessness, and of course some airtime. And how often do you roll back on a coaster? This truly makes me want to get a rollback on more coasters, because trust me, they are so much fun. Then you enter the same airtime hill, giving some of the most powerful airtime I've ever experienced, and it's only better because you're going backwards. This airtime hill is as powerful as the quad down, honestly, but we're going to head back to this airtime hill later. Then you head into the spike, which feels so big in the back. And it gives some incredible weightlessness and some airtime. Also, the drop on it is great. You remember how I said you come back to the airtime hill? Well, this is when you come back, and this gives the most powerful airtime I've ever experienced. And I've rode coasters such as Skyrush and Lightning Rod. The best way to describe it is how it feels like you're going too fast over the airtime hill. Then you head into the top hat, which you go over so slowly it feels like you're going to roll back again. Then you head into the drop. This drop is probably my third and maybe even second favorite first drop. Or first, if you consider it a first drop. It is beyond vertical as you get whipped into the 95 degrees and you get some great ejector airtime. Then you enter the outer bank. While I've not experienced outer banks such as the one on Seal of Vengeance, I can confidently say this is one of the best Outer Banks. You start getting some incredible floater airtime, but then at the end, you get some ejector, which is awesome. After that, you enter the stall, giving some great hang time, and some okay but fun hand choppers, if you put your hands up. Then you head into a turn, which goes right under the first drop, and while I personally don't really feel it unless I put my hands up, it definitely is a good near miss for most. In fact, this ride has a height maximum because of this. You then head into a fun S-bend before you head into a wave turn or something like that, giving a nice pop of sideways ejector airtime before you slam into the brakes. I think this ride could use one more element, but it's okay because short rides don't bother me too much. Overall, this ride is amazing. Honestly, I think it might be better than Velocicoaster. I know that's extremely controversial, but I don't care. This ride is so much fun. As I said before, the main thing I look for in roller coasters is fun. And this ride is so much fun. So I would definitely give this ride a 10 out of 10. It's probably my second favorite coaster, and by the way, Velocicoaster is my number 4. This coaster truly makes the trip out to Busch Gardens Williamsburg worth it. Alright, well that's the end of this video, guys. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe and comment your thoughts on Pantheon or video ideas. I would love to see them. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Again. Oh yeah! Outer Bank! Oh, that's some nice floater! Oh, good, good. I didn't think it would drop them. Whoa!